But now, it's time for Heretics versus Gen.G. Now, what more can we say about Gen.G? Recent team change, of course. We saw Spacely coming out, Envoy going in. We talked about the KDs there, you know, Envoy bringing a lot more in the kills department at 1.07 compared to Spacely's 0.9. But is that enough to really, you know, give this team a bit more of a boost? Let's face it, they're not a bad squad at all.
I mean, they're a great squad, Gen.G. For me, the biggest difference maker and the biggest kind of critique you can point at is their game 1 hardpoint. It is very, very poor. They currently sit at 1-6 through obviously the Pro League. But again, you replace someone like Spacely for someone like Envoy who can create that impact. For me, this is where they need to improve. We need to see better stuff from them on hardpoint. That game 1, that Hacienda, of course. But these guys as well, they close things out. They're great when they get warmed up. That game 4, that hardpoint there is it's a different story, and it looks like we're already kicking it off, Miles. Gen.G, Heretics, Hacienda. Let's get this kicked off.
Here we go, straight into the first hard point. 20 seconds tick down, no one's managed to get anything out of this one. Envoy on your screen, the newest addition to the squad. Gen.G now finally finding their first few moments. They're on the hard point. Methods cleans up that player up top. And again, we talk about Heretics, hailing from Spain. And maybe a little bit of home field advantage here on Hacienda. That's something we bring up in the Pro League. Will they find that advantage here? 20 seconds remaining on the first hard point. 10 go the way of Gen.G, Heretics to the nothing.
We have a little bit of a role change. I believe Methods go into that primary AR, and we're going to see how different that will make Heretics. Of course, they have been so well-rounded, so strong as a squad, positive in every single game mode. We'll highlight a few more of the stats as we go on, but Heretics, very, very impressive here. Can they turn up? You look at the spawns right now, favoring Gen.G. Concussion's going to connect with Havoc there, but dealing the business. This new guy on the block is Envoy.
Envoy's in, Journey finds 2. Slows the push down for the time being, keeps the points going the way for Heretics. 20 now broken, 45 seconds left on this second hard point here at Lambo. You see there's 4 members now of Gen.G coming straight off spawn, charging through. They're going to split the attack up, try to find that opening. Methods is going to slow down Morks. He's been the entry killer there for Gen.G, time and time again. Lucky getting the work done on the outside, Journey getting it done on the inside. Metals getting kills back right and center. And again, the control has been held. Heretics still getting points. Nothing found for Gen.G. They couldn't get the opening kills. They couldn't get anything out of that one. Can they find the rotation?
Well, Metals on a 2-kill streak now, looking for more. The rotation going down here, but all the points going for Heretics here. 52 and counting with 10 seconds of scrap as well. No one just working towards streaks yet, I believe. We are going to see Methods go down as well. So Heretics, they may have to break here using just the weapons in their hands. Envoy's going to lucky here as one will fall, and this is where Gen.G, they don't want to let things slip. A hard break here from Heretics could put Gen.G in a world of trouble.
We saw them hold strong. Can they break in even stronger? Nagofen watching outside, gets Sukri taken care of there by Well. Havoc up top, perfect pinch. Heretics going to take the high ground and now make their way forward. Envoy trying to watch the back end. Little too late though, as his teammates are already getting dropped around him. There's big kills now for Heretics. They are going to manage to break through. They are going to get that point. Can Havoc get in there quickly? A little bit of a fumble up top, and now he's going to be pushing alone. Is the timing there for his teammates as they try to get back into this hard point? Heretics still on the hold, 77 to 33.
And they broke this quickly here, and the contest going down here, dwindling away this time here. Heretics won't be snubbing the nose at this one. Trades go down, back and forth in the kill feed, but with 10 seconds left, look at that rotation match. You see number 10, number 9, that's Journey and Metals already setting up here. So for me, the first hard point split, second hard point dominant by Heretics, and this third one really, it was pretty much contested the majority of the time, and Heretics looking to set up, but Lucky and Metals, they're going to be taken out, and just like that, a click of a finger, Gen.G are ready on the 4th.
The big snap gets it done, as you can see on your screen. Here's the hold now. The outside, this player's now trying to make their way forward. Envoy gets taken care of, Havoc on point. He's next in line. Currently sitting at 2 and 7. Not what you expect out of Havoc, but still trying to claw these kills back. Grab slam to hand, surrounded on all sides, gets cleaned up there by Heretics as they surge forward. Morks finding 1, Envoy a second. Lucky manages to trade out and keep that presence held there. Heretics continue to hold. 30 seconds now remaining here on Rock, and it's still looking all good for the Spaniards. The play goes on. Havoc trickling way through. The rest of Gen.G, they haven't quite surrendered this one yet. 20 seconds now with a contest. Can they get anything out of this one, or are they going to have to chalk it and give this one to Heretics again?
Well, I'll tell you what, Envoy, new kid on the block here, 12 and 8, is going very, very strong for the squad, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. We talk hardpoint, we look at Heretics, you know, we see strongest game mode in the Pro League, strongest game mode in the Pro League qualifier. These guys have been killing it. On the flip side here, Gen.G, they've struggled off the start of games, but with Envoy, does that change? It looks a little closer here, as we are in about a 25-point range. 50 seconds left here as we go back to the middle. But again, 3 kills go down, all favoring Heretics.
One thing we've seen, Envoy bringing in the pace and the respawns. That's what they really needed to make a big change here. for Gen.G. Still keeping this one respectable. We may have Heretics winning those gunfights, winning the rotations, getting the early points, but they're still keeping the scoreline tight. As Heretics about to break through that 100-point mark. Havoc's race still sitting on a 4-12. Envoy, the new kid on the block, 14-9 for him. Envoy still trying to get these kills. Players up top, gets it done with a gun. 20 seconds left now on their central hard point. They're getting ready for the next. You can see these players rotate towards Lambo, but Heretics are already there. 113 now, and they look to have control of the next hard point. Can Mox hold down the back? It's now him versus Lucky. He gets the kill, but the rest of the players are now cleaning up. Sucre in position now to deal with these players on the push. The grab slams at the ready, no need to go for it, but the trap is set. And here comes Gen.G.
I think he was expecting more with that grab slam. You saw him kind of initiate for it, but for me, Garage is where we're going to see the difference maker. War Machine is coming out as well. We're going to see Lucky connect with one, but he's going to be deleted by Nagafen here. And that is a big blow going in for Heretics. And look at the break straight away. 3 players rushing on through. This is fantastic for Gen.G. They now have the spawns. There's still 40 seconds left on this. And Sucre flying in like Spider-Man. He's going to find one, will find the second, but Havoc takes him down.
Oh, Havoc keeping it together, almost at his grab slam. Now Nagafen watching the outside of the map. This has been a great hold for Gen.G. Again, keeping that scoreline very, very close. This is not unheard of for Gen.G. We've seen their performances in those game ones. They typically lose them, but they always keep it tight. Can they make this one the difference maker? 20 seconds remaining here on the second hard point in our second set of rotations. 260 away from the lightning strike from Havoc. He's managed to turn his game around in a big way. 9-13 right now. He's on a 5 streak.
5 streak for Havoc, 4 for Morgs, and this is where Gen.G, they're starting to warm up, they're starting to feel themselves, and they've got specialists to play with here. Can they break into the fences? That's the question. The lead has swapped. Gen.G now take that by 10 points and counting. Grab Slam does not connect, and we are going to see players battle back and forward, jumping over the fence here. Grab Slam still available for Havoc. He's going for it. He's going to try and use it. Don't think that one's going to count here, but 3 do fall, and Gen.G, they're going to have to look for the retake.
Yep, here comes the retake. Clock's ticking. All the way for Heretics now. Still on Havoc. Does manage to get half that grab slam, so it's not all out of it just yet. Nago straight in. Finds one with the butt of his gun. 30 seconds left. Lucky trades out quickly. Lucky finds a second. Lucky sitting at 5 kills back to back now. Better. Almost make it 6, but Major Maniacs hangs in there. 135 away from streaks now. Oh, he needs to find something. Can't get it done as Envoy gets 2. Envoy gets 3. He holds another hard point. 15 seconds left. The rotation's coming through, but the points are going to be going the way of Gen.G as they maintain the lead.
Well, it's a lead, but a short one at that. Just 10 points as we hit this rotation. Number 4 is already rotated. Morts obviously leading in the Slain department here, alongside Envoy, 21 and 14 for both of these guys. And I tell you what as well, Envoy putting some objective time into the mix as well. 151 and counting as we do see 2 go down. One's going to be a team kill though. Sucre didn't want to see that one. Vision Pulse is available for Morgs, but may just save this one as we do see Heretics swarm on in this hard point, coming from the back. Metal's going to find a double, and now Heretics looking to claim the lead.
Clean flank there from Metals, 18-17 for him. Vision Pulse is out. Journey's going to find only 1 out of that one. Lucky trying to pick up the pieces here. Nades it through. Major Maniac side now. Oh, bad time to be caught reloading. Major Maniac aggressive. The tiny terror we call him from the league, and now he's bringing the Thunder here in the first matchup. Speaking of Thunder, it's going to be Methods. Tempest out, finding his first. And again, 13-18, needs to turn it around, but at the same time, Gen.G with the push.
Oh, connects with a double there. Thunder and Lightning at this rate. Sucre is going to be coming in as well, trying to file through the middle, and Heretics take the lead back with 20 points here. But with 5 seconds still left to scrap, we are going back to the middle, and we slow things down a bit here, Miles. One thing I will say is each rotation, each round of hills, I will say, it for me has been determined by this Garage. We see the TAC 5 boost invested. How do people set up? How do the teams now rotate thinking about this? It looks for me like Gen.G, they have that better position, and they currently have the TAC 5 boost. The contest is going down, but Gen.G, they are down. They are not out by any means. 15 points and counting.
Havoc trying to get back to that grab slam. Lucky's managed to get himself another War Machine. Major Maniac now make the charge through. The nade's going to give him the opening. Methods is dropped. There's the outside control. War Machine out now for Major Maniac as he tries to flush these players out. First hard point, 30 seconds left. Metal's flak jacket's going to let that one be shrugged off, and he's going to walk around, keep the run going. Lucky kills himself, unfortunately. It's Major Maniac now running that top deck. As soon as he saw the trophy system, he puts that War Machine straight away. He knows he's not going to be able to get anything done there. The rotation kills now are going down. Metal's the only player there on the hard point alive. Here comes the play from Gen.G.
Well, this was the worrying thing here, was Gen.G were in the favorable position, but Heretics have managed to rotate round. You see that vision pulse pop in, War Machine available, concussions at the ready. And now this is the break that they need. 3 going down, Sucre answers back with 1, finds the double, survives for a second, but as you cast your eyes to the top left here, look at that mini-map, the player spawning in for Gen.G. 203 to 182 here, they can't, in fact, yes, they can finish it right here, but they need to hold on.
Here comes the play in the back from Lucky. Envoy gets cleaned up in the front, so the play's only really not worked out from behind, and Nagaven's had to back on up now. He's on his own, doing the best he can. Morks holding down the spawns at the back end, but you can see those blue arrows. They're flooding forwards. They're going to come for Morks. They've got Morks, and now you're going to see Heretics try to pick up some time. 30 seconds left here. Back on the garage. Sucre almost at his grab slam. Envoy finding the kills there by Rock. Here comes the play over the top. Major Maniac leading the charge. Havoc coming in from behind now. The stuns don't get anything done. They're in. Havoc's still good. He's still alive, trying to cut off the reinforcements. The final 15 seconds for Gen.G, and this is going to be very important time for them.
Huge kill there for number 9. That's Journey taking 1 down by the fences if you missed that one here. Number 4 rotating back. That's going to be Morks, who currently leads in the Celine department. He's doing fantastic here for Gen.G, and it looks like Heretics are going to spot him. He has used his weapon, revealed his location, and Gen.G may just need 1 break. Journey there, quickly avoiding it. Havoc coming in from the side. Major Maniac here making business, and a player which we talked about so much in the league, but hasn't really had a huge effect on this game. But look at him now. Metal's answering back, and Major Maniac still alive and kicking. Just 18 points is all they need, but it looks like here Heretics are going to shut them down. They are going to try and battle back, but if Heretics hold on, they will have to rotate. 2
specialists to work with for Heretics to make the hold happen. War Machine's 1. It's already been invested. The grab slams the other from Sucre. Lucky trying to hold the time. As you can see, the clock is ticking. 2:15 and counting. That War Machine buying them the time they sorely need. Here comes the 20-second mark. Heretics can take the lead with this hard point. Put themselves ever so close a bit. Here comes Gen.G. Envoy in from behind. Morks finds 2 at the front end. And look at that, Gen.G now with the take back.
However, they might be able to break. However, they're both going to have to rotate at this point. And it looks like it's going to be going down to the wire, down by the water, in by the rock here. As we are going to see Heretics maybe have the advantage. But what specialists are available, you ask? It looks like Sucre just has the Tempest. And that is it. Sorry, say the grab slam. It could be big. It could be interesting here. But the kills coming in for Heretics. 240 is all it takes. That's all they have, and look at the timing. The patience is key. Sucre finds 1. Grab slam over the top, doesn't connect. It looks like a capitalized push here, and 240 plays 244.
Clock ticking, 5 seconds for the win for Heretics. Journey on the hold. Havoc's going to get cleaned up there by the rock, and that might be it. Heretics have managed to survive. No one's in position to get it done. And game 1 goes to Heretics.
I know there's a lot of people watching back home, and trust me, if I could pick up that Spanish community and put him in the crowd right now, it would be electrifying here. Sucre just timed this pretty well here. He goes over. He's unfortunate not to pick up Morks at that given time, but luckily for him, no pun intended there, Lucky actually finds 1. Methods and Lucky combined for 4 as Journey comes on in as well. And for me, it was all about that rotation. You saw him down by the fences as well, timing things. War Machine invested, but my goodness, Heretics, they came from behind. An Envoy again, looks like he's been jinxed with that Gen.G map 1 loss.
Either way, we love to see it. Heretics versus Gen.G. Heretics taking the map 1. That's enough from the cast success for now. Let's throw it back to the desk.
Thank you very much, Miles. We are back. Of course, Merc, Pac-Man, and Study did a little switch up here on the desk, but we do want to jump in and take a look at what we saw on Charlie right before that ended. Of course, Red Reserve and Enigma 6. Enigma 6 managed to close it out, Merc 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, Red Reserve's same old story, right? Even the guys afterwards just tweeting out. They're losing a couple of S&Ds, and again, we're just waiting for this Red Reserve team to sort of come online. Like, when are they got the roster that they wanted. They picked up bands going into the year. We're thinking, with the year they had last year, they should be title contenders, and they just continue to lose search. And to me, that just comes down to pure laziness. Like, you have to be able to fix it. Like, go home and fix your issues. If you know what they are, all it's telling me is someone's not listening. There's an ego in that system who isn't fixing their problems. In Red Reserve, they have to figure it out.
I mean, Pac, you raised your eyebrows there a little bit. You agree, disagree?
I mean, I do. I definitely agree with him. It's just harsh words, calling them lazy.
Laziness. I mean, if you're not gonna, oh, we're bad at search for 5 months, like, fix it.
For Enigma 6, Chino. I used to team with this guy when I first started my career, and he's always been one of my favorite teammates of all time because he was good at everything. And he was a great teammate, always showed up on time, and he was just that guy. Whenever you needed him to be, he always stepped up to the plate. And just an unbelievable performance by your new pickup to go to absolutely take over this map, including Kismet. In that 2v1 situation, that was a beautiful play out of him.
And it's exactly what you want to see from your new pickup. Like, why did you pick up this guy for firepower, right? In that position, you can see right now in this round, he's 11-4, make it 12-4. Like, the guy, it's exactly what you want to see.
Even before this picked up here, it was a 4v4, and E6 looked like they were at a stalemate. Chino was the one that was able to find the entry on A site by himself to open up the map for his team, and his team rotated over to him, and they were able to close out. That's a huge performance out of your guy that you just picked up. Like, that's a great way to start with your new team.
And that's what Chino wants as well, of course, failing qualifying PLQ and being able to come in here, study, and prove his worth right away.
Yeah, it's just, Chino's just really good at everything that he does, man. It's as simple as that. Game 5, I remember me and him had a crazy situation back in the day where it was a game 5. Me and him basically won that map by ourselves, so he definitely knows what it takes to do what he needs to do to get a win. And just unbelievable performance out of a new player. Shout out to Chino.
And they certainly did get their win, but now let's look at the end of Delta. Luminosity squeaking out a win over Accelerate, but Pack, it was hard fought.
Oh, they got blown out game 4, and they were down in this
4-1?
map. 4-1 in this map. I thought Accelerate was going to win this. Luminosity was able to clutch up and turn it around. That's not how they wanted to start
Honestly,
this
I was texting Avery calling him silly because he was like, oh, LG's going to win this event. I'm like, what? Like, wait, hold on. Like, we're going game 5 with Accelerate. Yes, when you look at this Accelerate roster, like, you have guys from that old Midnight team, right? Skies played really well throughout the series, but like we said, they went up 4-1. So I guess one positive maybe to take away for LG, that resiliency, right? To win 5 straight rounds, but it's not a good sign.
But it's painful resilience.
For me, it's
very
just
painful.
a team with that much talent should not be getting out-rotated like they were in that game and beat that bad by a team that just formed. I know that they picked up good players on the team, but you're going up against a brand new roster. You cannot get pummeled like that with the star power that LG has.
Well, and I feel like we've been saying that a couple times, you know, even through the first leg of Pro League, we're like, why is this always so difficult?
It's very similar to Red. Like, we're expecting so much from these rosters where it's just to the point where there has to be an ego problem. Someone isn't, you know, saying I'm making the mistake. They continue to play the same way. They're not making an adjustment. And that's what we said with LG. Like, there's no leadership, right? Like, maybe you look at like Gunless and Slats, but they're obviously arguing with one another. They can't get on the same page. Hopefully they can figure it out, because that's what happened at Vegas, is they got better throughout the weekend.
Yeah, and we did see, of course, it was just up there on your screen. Splice was able to win there on Bravo over Midnight, but all of those games Pack 3-2s.
I said it before, I've never seen that. Every single game went to game 5, and a lot of those games, no one would have predicted that. Like, Splice going up against the new roster, I'm pretty sure everyone was like, that Splice should take care of that pretty easily. It wasn't easy at all. It was close games across the board.
All right, well, it looks like we're ready to get back into things on Alpha. We're going to hand it over to our casters, Miles and Momo.
Muchas gracias, Desk. All right, Phil, back to Pool A we go. First matchup was a tight one, let's face it, a couple of seconds in between them, and now we go to the Search and Destroy. Now, the Game 1 woes continue for Gen.G, but we know that they're the Search and Destroy masters. They have a perfect record in league play. So what do you do now if you're Heretics? Like, you're just going to bring the best you can? They haven't matched up because they haven't had that cross-divisional play yet, so this is going to be a banger.
For Heretics, I think you've got to look at the positives. Obviously, yes, they were 9-0 in Pro League by all means, but they have a different roster. You know, yes, it's only one player, but how crucial was Spacely in their Search and Destroy? For me, this was a guy who not only came up with, you know, the goods in kills and things like that, but he was the mastermind behind this, and we all know that about Spacely. But looking at the Search and Destroy leaderboard, look at who is number 1. It's Morks, 1.78. First Blood, obviously not impressive, doesn't matter about that, but it's that KD, that 1.78, incredible stuff. And already we're getting into it. Gen.G's lost one. There's the First Blood, it's not good fan.
Lucky gets it done with a snipe. There's 2 players to his left, can't get those. Major Maniac finds his second. 3v3 right now. Sukri now watching the back end here towards the B site. Havoc's up top. Again, Major Maniac now baiting those players. The reinforcements there from Heretics. They make their way in on the defensive play. Havoc, though, he has another thing on his mind, and that is going to not be a double. It's going to be a kill, though. As Journey finds 2 on the front. Journey almost finds the 3rd. It's now a 1v1. Metals going up against Major Maniac. Oh, my lord, round 1 has been a blast.
Maniac looking for an incredible play here. I was a bit surprised there at the challenge coming in from Journey when he didn't have his teammate around him, but Metal's going for the one-on-one. Maniac getting the high ground, and it's gonna pay off. Metal shut down, and Major Maniac, the Tiny Terror himself, is back in round number 1 with a 1v2.
Gets it done. And again, what a back and forth round that was. Hyper-aggressive out of Gen.G. Didn't even get the bomb down, just, you know, get the kills. Cutting off the reinforcements for that super aggressive flank there from Havoc. Maniac picking up the trades as well.
Journey Journey there. Obviously, you saw the best play. Found himself in a bit of a tricky situation. I thought he kind of over-challenged. It didn't seem that way there. He got 2. He had to challenge that 3rd, but it was Maniac kind of cleaning up here. The man himself. Boy, of these Spaniards, they have turned up to the Pro League and these open events. Looks like we've got snipers in action as well, but all the action's going down by the showers, and believe you me, it's gonna get dirty.
Oh, here comes a nade. Little soap on a rope thrown over there, doesn't find anyone. 3 kills there, go the way of Heretics, as now it's a 1v3 for Gen.G. Nagafen, he was watching B with snipe, now he has to make that long, lonely, sad walk over towards the A site. He's gonna find the bodies of his teammates all over the place. Can he add a couple more bodies to that pile? As Metal gets the bomb down, can't get it done. Naga goes down, and around goes the way of Heretics.
Looked like a really smart play there. Metals planted the bomb, kind of rotated to tree, and I think Journey was trying to slip in to get that final kill. It would have put him on a 4th, but Metals does clean him up. Keep your eye on this map. We saw him highlighted in round 1, now being highlighted in round 2. He picks up 3 back-to-back here in showers. I think he took maybe 1 bullet, and he nearly found that 4th, but Metals stole it away from him. But nevertheless, all tied up here. But if you missed it, Heretics take map number 1 in a very close fashion here, and they've done that before on Hacienda. They can build off that hype. Let's get into round number 3.
Lucky opening up the first round with a snipe. Can he find it again here in the second? Offensive round now for Gen.G. Jenny making his way around the back end of showers. He has help. Looks like a 0 actually. He's going to be run there. It looks like it's actually going to be Metals. A little bit of a hackathon as he does. 3 kills there. Go the way of Gen.G once again, and it's a bit of a trade early on. Metals trying to find 1. 1v3, can he get anything out of this? He's actually almost there at his ice pick. Look, 45 away from streak, so Metals is, this is fun to say the least.
All he needs to do right now is find 1 kill. He's actually done really well to get a kill and get out there. You saw Heretics opt for this really fast flank through the middle, and he has been spotted, and they know as well as we know. He is on the streak. Major Maniac is going to push out. He just needs 1. The concussion surely going to shut him down. And Envoy and the boys deal with the business here. No streaks for Heretics.
So close though. That hip fire, you can get that kill, you know, maybe 5 times out of 10, maybe. And the chances of him happening there, possible. Either way, Metals finds that play of the game. And again, we want to talk about Search and Destroy. Gen.G, perfect record in the Pro League in their Division A. But when it comes to the Heretics, you know, they're 5-4. That's nothing to sneeze at in Division B, and that's still, what, 56% win ratio, solid as they come. This is already set up to be a great series.
Yeah, no slouch at Search and Destroy at all. These guys 5-4, like you said, in the Pro League, but they've been positive throughout, you know, the game itself. You know, at Vegas, they were 5-4, Pro League qualified 6-2. These guys have always looked at this as a game that they are strong at. However, going up against the best, if you like here. A little bit of a roster change, of course, with Envoy coming on, but already got 3 kills to his name, performing with the squad. I mean, what a squad to surround yourself with on a game mode like S&D. Bomb going down here at A, and that 105 is down to just 45.
It's looking like a 5-man stack in the back end now from Gen.G. They're hoping to just brute force this one. Envoy's going to get started with the first kill. Journey answers back. They're on the point. The bomb is gone. 3v3. Lucky trying to kill us in shower. Can't get anything done. Methods now coming in to pick up the final pieces in a 3v2 and make it a 2v2. Methods keeping the run going, and now it's a 2v1 with Major Maniac all on his own.
He's been spotted. Maniac dipping, diving right through the middle. He's got to find himself 1, but it's Methods with that AR. And that being the ICR, of course, finding 1 at the end to finish this. And I tell you what, if there is a team that you look for, especially in this pool itself, to take down Gen.G in a Search and Destroy, for me, you look at a team like Heretics again. They're a little bit spicy. They can bring something different. They've always had those strategies that, again, surprise you a little bit. Can Heretics do it? Long way to go as it stands. But once again, Journey on that best play of the game. And yes, you know, take it with a pinch of salt, but sometimes it will highlight these players which consistently are putting in that strong performance here. Journey already stepping it up, but as it's all tied up 2-2, let's hop into round number 5. Are we going to see any more snipes?
Safe to say we will. Nagafen never disappoints. No one towards B though for Heretics. You hear the gunshots towards A. They're trying to bait the play, but there's no one there. Absolutely no one has gone towards A on the side of Gen.G. It's an entire B push. Lucky's the only player who's going to be there, and he needs to be very careful. If he pokes out, it's going to be meeting all 5 members of Gen.G. The slow but steady move across mid-map now for Heretics as they leave their A site. They know that the bomb has been completely left there. As the bomb has been planted at B, here comes the play. Deep defensive hold now from Gen.G. It looks like it's going to be the 2 angles attack. For Heretics, they're in. Metals finds the first blood.
And that's so important. Find that first blood, you start to trade things out, but Envoy finds the double. Can he find the triple? Oh my goodness, a few more bullets, and yes, he would have, but taken down by Methods. 3v2, 20 seconds left on the clock. Havoc in trouble. Just behind a car. A sheet of metal separates him from life and death as Major Maniac battling back and forward. But what they're doing here is perfect. They're just going in, baiting and switching. And what they're going to do is they're going to get that time down to a sense that they can check the bomb. No one's going to be on that defuse, and Journey and Method's going to have to back up, give them the round here. And there you have it. The bomb is detonated, and Gen.G coming out on top again, though. Envoy, my goodness.
All part of the plan. Plant the bomb facing towards 18. Means they can't make their way towards the site, and all you have to do is keep laying that gunfire down. Envoy, this is the play that almost was. Finds the 2 and just moments away from that last one. It's interesting he didn't see him through the car window, actually. We could just see that in slow motion, but if he'd maybe been just a tiny bit more aware of that one, that would have been a disgusting 3-piece to seal the round, potentially for them there. Envoy on your screen, latest member towards the Gen.G roster. And he's looking fine so far. Currently sitting at 6 and 4.
I mean, that's a prime example of a player that can go from, oh my goodness, look with the snipe there. But talking of Envoy, just a player from kind of, almost not, in the amateur scene and now finding himself on a pro league team here, battling it on the main stage. If you're good enough, and if you can grind it out, you can be right where he is. 3-2 right now for Gen.G with 60 seconds left on the clock. They have lost a player, that being Nagafen, currently sitting 3 and 6 here, but Morks will find one. 4v4.
Havoc. Big kills on the opening attack. Now a 4v2. Heretics bleeding. They're bleeding bad. Can Sukri find anything? The War Machine for Major Maniac only gets the 1. Now it's a 3v2. Sukri still alive and kicking. Oh dear. Yeah, you heard that wail of the War Machine. Needed to back on up. But here's the rotate straight back towards the bomb site. They could possibly pick up that bomb and possibly make a play, but right behind them, Gen.G, they're hot on their heels. The shots are out. Lucky's getting shot. Morks is going to get the other one. Gen.G with a perfect play. The perfect way to close the round out.
Strong stuff here once again from Gen.G in Search and Destroy. I'm sure that won't be the last time you hear me say that through Fort Worth, of course, but the first challenge put in front of him, not an easy one. Heretics here. But that is the one to go through the skull. Give them the first blood. You see this going back and forth. Say this quite a lot, but Heretics obviously huge fan base back in Spain, and it's awesome to see. Right now they're 4-2 down. They did take map number 1 though, as we kick off round number 7 here in Search and Destroy. Bit of a different push here, not really kind of dedicating themselves to any bomb site, but just taking control of the middle.
Slowing this one right down, Gen.G. There's going to be no snipe off this round. Lucky versus Nagafen isn't going to be happening here. Envoy making his way slowly through mid. Again, trying to just buy this very, very prime real estate in middle. These players have to overextend into that open space by the tipped over money truck. Again, now they've got the information they needed. Now the play's been called towards A. 3 members left on the point for Heretics. Is it going to be enough to hold the line? Metals gets the first. Trades out aplenty. 3v2. Lucky in, but maybe too late. 3v1. 2v1 now as Methods holds on. Can he find any more out of this? Morks gets the bomb, and it looks like they're going to abandon site. Methods shot. He may have just rung the dinner bell now, and those hungry boys of Gen.G are going to turn around as that Rampart deals a little bit of damage. 2v1 situation. Aggressive play from Gen.G in over the top, but they've been off more than they could possibly chew. Methods can't get the second as Havoc gets it done. And that's map point there for Gen.G.
And who was the difference maker in that round? Once again, it's Envoy coming up with a huge 3-piece there in showers. Finds one, which yes, he maybe should have won. It's got to be highlighted again. An easy first kill up close and personal. The second one was of course weak, but this third one as well. It's the sucker punch to end it all. Smiles all around for Envoy himself, but as well with the squad around him. I bet they're thinking, hang on a second, this is looking good for us. I mean, we spoke to Morks before, and he was kind of saying the most confident he's ever been in a squad. Incredible.
Here we go. Ice pick out. Everyone now on Gen.G has been hacked. No specialists. No clue, really. You can't really tell what's going on their screen, but all we know, we have Codcaster friends. Heretics pulling out in the last-ditch attempt now to buy themselves a little bit of a lifeline here as the bomb is going down towards A.
Havoc does have Grab Slam. He's going to be tagged up. Can he utilize this one to get that first blood? He's going to find one. He's going to find 2. And Nettles and Sukri find themselves 6 feet under here with 30 seconds left. They're being swarmed. It's a 5v3 now as one goes down. Journey finds 2, but he ain't going to find the kill. Nagafen and Major Maniac coming up clutch here and down to just Lucky. Morks finishes that one. They're nailing the coffin, and Gen.G are going to take the Search and Destroy 9-0 in the Pro League, and they kick off Fort Worth with a similar fashion here. That wasn't even close, ending 6-2.
No surprises there. Seeing the Search go the way of Gen.G, tying up the series, and First time we've seen 0 here at Fort Worth. First time we saw the ice pick come out, and again, not really the most influential specialist, unless you've got kill streaks. If you have kill streaks, then you can obviously steal the enemy's kill streaks. Anything that's AI controlled goes your way. You also take care of trophy systems. Anything else basically that's thrown out of the game, and we haven't seen anything too special. I'm sure we will a little bit later on this weekend. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the second map in the series done and dusted. Control is going to be coming up next, and if you're like me, you're looking forward to it, boys and girls. CWL Fort Worth is already off to a blast. Gen.G versus Heretics now tied up 1-1 apiece. Up next, it's going to be Control. You won't want to miss it. See you then.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL, Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL, and TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Do Amp Game Fuel. Level up the game.
Welcome back to CWL Fort Worth, friends. It's game 3 time. Control on Seaside now between Heretics and Gen.G. And it's looking to be a very evenly matched game. Both teams sit at 4-3 from their record from the Pro League. This will be the first first time they've played each other on LAN. It's exciting to see nonetheless. Miles and Mo are going to bring you this one, and so far so good. The hard point was a bang, and the search and destroy was exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and you're talking to LAN there. I mean, even going back to Vegas, both these guys finished 4-3 in Control as well, so it really is going to be a tight one here. Seaside for the next 2 at least. Are Gen.G going to do a Gen.G? Are they going to lose map 1, win map 2, 3, and 4, or are Heretics going to give them a bit of a battle here, push this to maybe a game 5 themselves? So far, so good though. 250 to 240, just 10 points in it for game number 1. Gridlock S&D though, I will say Gen.G, they seem the better team. They seem stronger. Going into Seaside Control though. This is gonna be an interesting one here. Gen.G, a lot to prove here. They want to come out dominant.
Again, when we talk about Seaside, we think of the defensive lineup. You've got, the A point there sitting on Church. B is down by the cafe. It's very easy to defend, closer to spawns for the defensive team. Who will be taking those offensive rounds? That is where we're going to be seeing the difference maker. If you can get a big win on the offense, that's where you put yourself in a prime position to go 2-0 up there in the round count, and then all you have to do is sit pretty until your next defensive round. Who's going to get it?
Well, let's get into this one. 90 seconds on the clock, 30 lives either side here. The Spanish versus the North American squad of Gen.G. And usually you will start to see a very heavy stack towards B. You're going to have a team kill straight away, unfortunately there for Havoc, which will level the playing field here, but a defensive side of Gen.G. Heretics attacking down low, and another team kill coming in, not what you want to see, but Journey find himself a double, including Lucky, and now that zone starting to tick away, that being B, of course. Are Gen.G going to challenge this one? Concussion at the ready.
See that second tick goes down. Lucky finding the first kills there on the defense, and as you can see, the players making their way through middle. Lovely bit of a dip, dodge, and a dive from Metals, but he will be taking care of the by Envoy. Now, as you can see, A is almost done. They didn't manage to finish it out at B. Always be closing. A, B, C, friends. As Methods now has to still maintain pressure here while the A play has been completely flushed out. Gen.G have held. The kills go back and forth, and now we have Heretics finally managed to capture the final few moments of feedback. It's not over until it's over. 20 to 17, slight life lead now, and the point goes for Heretics.
Well, 2 minutes now on the clock here, 20 to 16. However, being on the defensive side, you set up well here. Gen.G are not out of this. Don't kind of take that life count too seriously just yet here. These guys have everything going for them, but Methods playing sneaky. Nagafen's going to go down as well, and that's 16 now to 15. Methods starting to push through barrels, going to be caught off guard. And my goodness, 3 kills going in. This is looking good here for Heretics as they're all going to be coming off spawn except Havoc. Havoc looking to make a play. A grapple play is going to find himself, but no grab slam and no kills to show for it. Journey with another 17 kills now. Well, 17 lives, should I say, still in the bank for Heretics.
Well, Nagafen, the push is on. Can't get it done as Lucky cleans him up. Envoy still trying to keep the play alive. Beautiful nade from Lucky, finds 2 with that, 15 to 8. Gen.G on the defense. They have to make their way forward. Plenty of lives to spare for Heretics. However, we've seen crazier comebacks than this. Major Maniac finding his opening kill. Morgs gets caught napping. Journey takes down Envoy on the quick trade, and again, the numbers are favoring Heretics.
And this is going to soon turn into Team Deathmatch. There's a minute and 20 on the clock here, and it's 11 to 5. It's simple for Heretics. You play your lives, and you play the trade. Stick together. Metals is going to go out on a limb, and he's going to go down. He's going to be punished for that. But still, 10 to 5. This is where you want to be attacking everything at a 2v1. And that is just going to prevail there for Lucky coming down the stairs here. They've got a Simtex in the hands of one. Major Maniac letting that cluster go. But as the time ticks down, 10 to 4, 9 to 3 here, and this is looking good for Heretics to close things out.
9 to 1 as Major Maniac is the last player now. Rough run there for Gen.G on the defense. Morgs yet to get a kill. I think he finished that off at Owen. I don't want to say it because I don't know it. But he didn't do great.
Find out.
No kills to his name, but again, great way to start this one off for Heretics. An offensive round win again. You don't see too many of them. When you do, you know they count. Best of 3 now, as we go into this. Best of 5, excuse me, best of 3. Nagafen on your screen. Saw decent work out of him, but not enough for Gen.G there in that first round.
As we go into round number 2 here, the momentum certainly favoring Heretics. But as you pointed out, just the one kill.
My bad, my bad.
He got one in the end, but as we go on board with him, Sukri, what are you doing? I can see it in the chat all now. Why are you being spammed? But anyway, that's one life given away. As that might have been a bit unfortunate here. as Methods will find himself respawning up. But 3 kills go down, and this is a bit of a different offense here, going in hard, going in fast here. Gen.G still 30 lives on the board. They got the first tick into A, and Heretics almost caught off guard here. That second tick is going to come in, and my goodness, Gen.G bounce back.
Oh, Gen.G, the floor was lava for a moment there as they all helped on tank. Havoc still in control, shots are out, can't get it done. Trades go back and forth, the point still getting captured. Gen.G, final contest. They need to flush these players out moments away as the cap towards B begins as well. Now they have just managed to save A, but at 21-26, Heretics have been caught off guard in his first opening push, and they're paying the price now. As Naga keeps the dream alive, lightning strike 100 away from the Hellstorm. Can he keep this going?
Yeah, and I like what he's doing here. He's edging over towards B, maybe get a couple of points towards this lightning strike and help out his squad as well. As he's going to get 1 tick, that's going to be 50. Another tick, and that Hellstorm is in the bag here, and they don't know it here. But the tick needs to come in. He's going to be challenged from the right-hand side, potentially sliding on in. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Hellstorm in the bag, but are they going to get the actual zone itself? The contest comes in, Medals with the double as well, and that B zone is denied. A minute on the clock, and yes, 2 ticks on each zone is fantastic, but you need to finish one off.
Heretics just pooping the party here, as that tick is drained. 2 ticks, all that's left in 1 minute on the clock.
I'd expect maybe to see like a lightning strike or a Hellstorm invested. If this continues, this is bad here. 4 kills go down, and that's going to be a hot respawn for Gen.G. Heretics are going to start to push up. The last player alive has been notified, and that's going to be Nagafen as well, and now pushing down to barrels. This is almost last-ditch attempt here. There is 40 seconds left, but the life count is what you need to keep your eyes on as well here. Last time we saw it in the rounds, Team Deathmatch came into it, but 30 seconds left on the clock. Does Nagafen invest?
Ooh, Envoy goes down. 12-11. Clock's now ticking. The play towards B. There's the contest. Major Maniacs now taken care of. They've managed to flush him out for the time being. 22 seconds remaining. Somebody needs to get onto something. You can see 2 players on B, 3 players pushing out the front of A. Heretics are not going to let this one go down easy. 2 kills now for Heretics as the lives are starting to go. The clock is ticking. Nobody on point. They have to stop the clock. There's the contest down on towards A.
There's the clock stopped for a second. Medal says no. The grapple is used by Sukri to draw out 1. Maniac finds the first, but just like that, it's 10-5 on the life count. The time is dwindling away, and Heretics should be able to close this one out. As now a 6-3-3. Medals, by the way, still going off here. Finally gets taken out, but the B zone is going to be captured. That 4 seconds is now 1 minute and 4 seconds, but it's 6-3. This is an interesting control, Miles. Nagafen still alive and has those streaks.
It's not over yet. Streaks. Also has the lightning, or the Tempest to work with the lightning strike and the Hellstorm. Method's going to back up. Did he see them? He got enough information. Yeah, he's running. He's running.
I like what he's doing here, because he's basically realized, you know, if I go down, you know, it's a 5v3. That can go away. I want to see a trade, just simple trades from Heretics. Keep this simple. It's a 2-to-1 ratio right now. As soon as you see someone call it out and bait and switch for these guys, Nagafen is going to be in trouble, and this is what I'm talking about. Bait, switch, finds the first. That's fine for Heretics. It is now a 5v2, now a 5v1, and Heretics playing as they should here, utilizing the numbers. And goodbye to Morgs as we see him go down in the courtyard. Heretics 2-0.
There were moments, there was a chance there. And Heretics, I feel they knew that.
I feel like, again, it was Methods who's lingering around barrels. And say he went down, you know, that becomes a 5-3. And it comes a lot more doable here. There was a lot of specialists. There were still streaks in the bag, but Gen.G have opted to save all of those. And I feel that will win them a round. But is it going to push them to a second? Is it going to push it to, you know, a round number 5? Because Heretics, they've been getting their specialists as well. So coming into this one, it's going to be interesting to see. We saw how dominant Heretics have been now on the offense and defense, but across the board, Methods has Tempest, Sukri has the grapple and the slam, and Lucky has a War Machine to play with too.
It's hard, you're 0-3 straight. And this is how it possibly begins. Hellstorm straight out. Gonna be able to catch those players on the push towards B. If any, finds 2. That's good enough for me. 26 now to 28. Gen.G buckling up on the defense. They managed to get the players out. Now a quick adjustment now from Heretics as they make their way through mid. 3 players on the charge. Envoy still holding down B. Middle's now under control. Nagafen finds 1, Morts finds another. Oh my, Envoy keeps the run going. This is looking very, very nasty. Tag 5 out. Sprees actually for both players. Nagafen's on 3, Envoy playing at 2 at the moment. Heretics got to lick those wounds back on up because the lives are just falling out. 21-26, Gen.G with the advantage.
Yeah, credit to Gen.G for this. They've played this round perfectly, even down to the Hellstorm. And Envoy pushing up, he's just been a real nuisance in the side of Heretics. And even though he's not making the kills here, the time is ticking. He's drawing players to him. And he will finally go down, but a lot of intel gathered. It gives time to people like Nagafen to find the first. He's not going to find the second, though. Journey does find a double, which is great here for Heretics, but is it going to be enough? That's the question. You've got one player, that being Lucky, down in B now. But this is a round where, again, depending on how much investment Gen.G throw at this, they could just close this one out potentially, but War Machine denying everything. Black Jacket is being put to business here, but 3 do fall, 2 for either side at the same time as Journey and Nagafen trade things out, 12-17. And Gen.G again come out on top. They have both zones under control. Nagafen, bit of a lone wolf player right now, but he's just gonna bide his time. Nagafen
just got sat on by those players. 3 of them just charged straight over the top. Sukri catching the players, trying to provide the reinforcements there on the B side. No one there. He's looking all vulnerable and alone, and here comes Sukri to take control. Havoc finds 2. There's the third. 8-15 right now. Heretics again losing those lives. Can Sukri contest? Can he stay alive for the time being? Again, tough situation to be in. It's a 1v3, makes it a 1v2. Can't keep it going. 7-14 right now. Heretics about to concede their first round, potentially.
Life count just isn't favoring them, and we talked about obviously lives being so important. Again, 30 seconds, it seems like, you know, this time's ticking down, you hear the beeps in your ears, but really these lives could be what is the difference maker here in Gen.G. Again, they need to just play it smart. So far so good here when we've seen this come into play. And with Trade's potential, Metals does find 1. Timer stopped for now. 6 becomes 5, 5 becomes 4, and Heretics starting to fall. Gen.G out on top here now, 10-4, but the more important thing is you've got 5 players up, fighting against 4, and you should be able to just win these gunfights. Metas finds 2, Envoy bounces back with another, and Gen.G are going to close out round number 3 as they should. And again, the reason why that kind of isn't that end hype moment is for the last 3 rounds, the team that should have won have won. These guys are playing it perfectly here. A lot invested for Gen.G, but they actually still have a couple things in the bag as well.
Playing that long game, you have to keep those investments in the back pocket. As Envoy, time and time again, we saw him picking up multiple kills, 2 pieces, 3 pieces. Lovely work. The final plays as well towards the end there. Difficult when you know you have to make that aggressive push into a site that you have full knowledge that there's at least 4 players on.
Yeah.
And they managed to get that effectively traded out. So again, props to Gen.G. There's 1. You need 2 more. And they can take the lead here in the series.
And across both Vegas and the Pro League, both teams currently sit 8-6 at a 57% win rate here on this map. That's going to change, of course, at the end of this one itself. But as we put the timer on, all battle goes down by B. First blood to Havoc here, and Grab Slam invested. Sukri finds not 1, not 2, but 3 here. Can he find a 4? Surely not. But Lucky is going to trade that one out with him in the defense. Hold strong.
28-25 of Gen.G as the lives start to fall. 1 minute now about to pass, and you can see this is very slow and steady. Nagafen's looking to break the tempo now with that lightning strike, finds the first. Is it going to be enough? Methods will answer back with some lightning of his own. Tags 2. Attack Mask's going to get him back on their feet, back into the fight, guns blazing. Nagafen can't take care of the back. Sukri finds kills on point as well. Methods still with that Tempest out. And a Tempest indeed as he misses 2. And Envoy finds the kills. Havoc finds another. And now the point is contested. Havoc goes down finally to the 2-piecer there of Lucky, and now a very brief moment of reprise there for Heretics, but look at that, Nagafen on point, and the trades are back in once again. Gen.G not willing to let this point go, not willing to let B stay in the hands of Heretics.
I'm actually really interested to see what Sukri's doing. He's going on the flank, and he could be a big influential part here, but the 3 teammates go down, so he's going to be fighting from the back. Should only really find 1 as the trade should come in from behind. Should is the key word as Morgs is taken down here, and that is the difference maker. Sukri going big here, down by B, and that is going to deny this. The grapple gun invested as well, and now getting the positioning as well as the kills. Sukri, my goodness, might have just saved his team there for a second. They lead by 3. They haven't given up a zone. Journey's going off as well, but Morgs finally ending the streak.
It's not over yet. 30 seconds now remain. The lives are still relatively close to 16-12. Heretics have to hold. Here comes the play through middle, trying to catch these attackers on A, but the trap is set. Metals finds 1, a quick trade. Major Maniac keeps the push alive. B is about to fall. Can anyone get there and stop it? Or are they're going to go all in on A? 20 seconds remain, not willing to let the lives go. Heretics just need to hold on, or get 10 kills.
Well, with that capture there, Envoy does unlock his TAC 5 boost. He uses it, but Major Maniac goes down, so that 5 is now down to 4 here. The lives favoring Heretics, the position in favor of Heretics. The only specialist that maybe comes into play here is if Major Maniac goes big. However, look at this triple threat coming around the side here. Concussion's going to connect. Morks does find 1. Beautiful bait and switch from Envoy, and credit to that man, but as Morks cleans up, Sukri finds the double as well. He's already gone off. He's found 3 again. And 10 plays 6 right now. Heretics, my goodness, the defense is strong.
200 points away from his streaks, 5 kills now in a row for Sucre. He's been an absolute dream, 9-6. Envoy out in the middle of no man's land, getting peppered up there by Sucre, keeping it still going. That's the last of the lives gone for Gen.G. 4 players left now versus the 8 of Heretics. Make it 3, the clock still ticking. The play going down by bottom mid as they make their way into the bottom of the church. Sucre still up top, hoping for something big and special. Methods trying to hit the players on the flank again. They've got lives to burn. Clock's now ticking, 25 remain. 3 lives left for Gen.G. They're about to lose the lead in the series. Sucre goes 7v1 as Methods can't get it down on a Naga Fen. And that's going to be it. Heretics take game 3.
4 rounds is all it took there, but Heretics coming out on top, and again, each team really that should have won the round did win the round. They closed it out, and that's what happens when you get 2 teams which are very good at that game mode going head to head here. But again, for me, hat off to that man Sucre. Incredible, incredible plays that round.
Bang tidy stuff from both teams. That's enough from the casters here. Let's throw it back to the desk.
Thank you, guys. We are going to jump now into Charlie, where Envy up 1-0 overall, but you still with an extra point here on the board and search and destroy.
In that first map, Silly went 35-19. We always talk about Hugh. You know,
wait, one more time,
Hugh.
35-19?
35-19 to start off your tournament. You win 250 to 153. Wow. And then, you know what was crazy? It was just apathy. All the players on Envy were really consistent. The only one that was negative, when I was tuning in, was Assault. He was sitting at a 3-9 when the game was basically in the beginning. Ended up closing the game out 250 to 153. Pretty dominant match out of them.
I like that. It's weird. I think that ever since United dropped Silly, Silly's been destroying United.
Dude, he's got this like extra motivation.
Yeah.
Man. Like, he's like, you know what? He's just trying to collect his bag, you know? Just making sure he's staying on a pro team. Obviously, I mean, it's an extra motivation. As soon as you get dropped, it's like, all right, I'm never letting this happen again. And again, he was on a winning roster with the United. Goes to EG, goes, you know, they win a world championship. That's a good feeling for him.
Yes, absolutely. In terms of that last match that we just watched, by the way, I'm always wary of when teams that are successful make role changes.
Yeah.
And we saw that out of Heretics, Sucre and Methods Sick have switched roles. It's looking like it's working. Sucre was making
Working
plays.
very well.
He's turn on World Star ish everywhere.
No, he's playing really at a very high level. I think the big thing for them is obviously that pre-land. Like, you have to talk about it. And when you've talked to people, yeah, Heretics supposedly didn't play the best there, but what does it matter, right? It means absolutely nothing. You lose a lot to 3 of the best teams in the world, you're gonna learn something, and that gives them such a heavy advantage where Gen.G, they were at the first couple of weeks of Pro League, then they have a roster change. They are far ahead in terms of chemistry right now where Gen.G is. So this is so far so good for Heretics.
And we talked about it before too, those search and destroy dominant teams, like this series is not over. They could still win that series, but something about that, it doesn't put the fear of God into their opponents. Like, oh,
well, in the best teams in the world, they're going to take a search off those guys. They're not going to stay perfect forever, right? It's going to happen. A team like Splice, heck, even a team like Heretics, if this goes to game 5, or Optic, Envy, you can pick a team. There's going to be a team that wins a search against them.
Yeah, and when that happens, all of a sudden,
what happens.
Exactly.
Well, one thing that was definitely different was no more Gen.G special. They usually lose first map with the next 3, and definitely what we didn't see there.
Yeah, and again, I think it's going to take some time. Again, that roster change was recent, but the thing is we all know they were 6-1. Things were looking up. They make that roster change. But we know how important the solid duo-ship is, how it has been, how it's successful. Those two have to play, and that's a big difference for Havoc. Maybe Space Lee's a guy who goes first a couple more times for him than Envoy will, and that's going to take some getting used to.
Now, you can keep watching Envy and EU on Charlie, but we want to talk a little bit now about Optic and Rec duking it out right now on Bravo. Merc, of course, Optic up 1-0 right now, looking pretty solid.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's a big crowd behind us. You know, they were very excited to have, you know, Dashy back. You know, they were able to close that one out. He was top of the leaderboard once again, and you can see these two. They played very recently, and it was a 3-1 in favor of Optic. They did lose a search and destroy, which I believe they're in right now. They're actually down 3-2 on frequency, so it's the same map, the same story.
I wonder then, I mean, do you think Rec can upset them again at this point? But
I mean, they could definitely take the search and destroy from them. Like,
absolutely.
This is something that they probably have.
But can they take the whole thing?
It's going to be tough to beat. I mean, of course they can. I don't think they will. Optic's a really strong team. They just were at the pre-land. Like, that's tough. And they do have Dashy back, like Joe just said. He was on top of the leaderboard. right back to his home, game 1.
MVP.
I just feel like there's an extra motivation for Optic now because it's felt like, obviously, those 2 weeks of the Pro League, they're playing with Zuma, and people are like, honestly, like, they're giving them less credit, and it's like, why are you doing that? They're still the best team in the world with Dashy, and I think they felt that. They want to put on a show here. For the side of reciprocity, you pick up Dylan. There's that opportunity to cause a huge upset your first match, get some confidence on your side, and if Dylan, like he's having right now, he's 7-3, having a great game, he could be the difference maker for them. So can it happen? Absolutely, but with this addition of Dylan, it's just going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough match.
You know what's crazy? This pool is so hard, and we haven't talked about it, but there is no addition of an open team into the pool. A lot of times what would happen in these kind of pools, like you would lose a match, say Envy loses to United, the open team might come in and help you out and beat that team. Because we saw like teams like Lightning Pandas, E6 from last year, they'd come in and create these upsets and boost you through the pools. You don't have that now.
No, you don't. I mean, you have 3 very tough matches in one day.
3 very tough matches,
and what we see what happens sometimes is you start off hot and things can spiral out of control very bad, right? Like what happens if LG loses to Accelerate earlier on today in that game 5? They might go 0-3 today, something like that. So it's always interesting on Fridays because it is 3 tough matches, and they could go great or they could go very wrong.
Yeah, and especially on that point of LG study, I mean, if you're already having potential issues, you kind of got to start with a win, really.
Yeah, especially if you're LG, you know, things that you've been working on is hard point. They lose that 4th hard point in an unbelievable fashion. So I'm expecting them, they're probably back there discriminate and just getting back to it. Hopefully they can pick it up in the next series.
All right, Alpha is ready to rock. We are going to hand it back over to our casters, Miles and Momo.
Thanks very much, guys. Don't forget, there's tons of action actually happening. We have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and we also have the open stream, which is bound to be full of fun at this very moment in time, I can assure you, boys and girls. But either way, we're back over to Alpha. Heretics up by 1 in the series. Now we go back into our seconds. Hard point. It's going to be very interesting to say the least. Back on the seaside, we call it comeback central. Something about that breeze, ladies and gentlemen. Something about that fountain hard point. It just breeds excellence.
We talk about comebacks as well. I mean, these guys obviously down but not out, of course. Gen.G right now 2-1. But the first hard point map, we've said notoriously they start slow. They're 1-6 overall. Game 4, they're 5-2. It's like they're in their momentum. They've had that respawn kind of going through. They've obviously just played Seaside as well and come off a little bit unfortunate there. But coming into this one, they'll be looking to push this to a game number 5. That being Gen.G. Major Maniac is going to fall to Envoy. But we haven't a reset. I don't even know. It looks like we will do. Either that or Heretics are off to a flying start. Where is everybody?
I would say we're definitely going to be seeing a restart here, ladies and gentlemen. No one's moving on the side of Gen.G, so we have to assume that something's up. Yeah. And we'll deal with that one swiftly and promptly, ladies and gentlemen. Again, CWL Fort Worth are up to our first match here in Pool A, but again, Charlie, Delta, Bravo, of course, are all still rock and rolling. Actually, you know what? Let's have a quick look at Charlie. We've got MV versus E United happening right now while we take care of that technical hiccup. Of course, the desk touched upon it. E United down by 1 so far. MV looking to seal the deal here in the search.
We'll just say, just in general, the fact that we can just jump to another fantastic game that's going on is incredible. The amount of competition here, Fort Worth, is incredible. Just in 2019 in general, it just seems year by year it gets bigger and better. It's Pristini with the grab slam.
Pristini Slam's going to get that one. Now it is a 2 versus 4. United with the numbers now. MV all down to the lonesome is Hook. And there it is. Hook throws himself off the map. Ends the round. All tied up at 4-4 here in map number 2.
I think we talked, or we heard, should I say, on the desk there, Silly going huge. You know, a lot of kind of hype around Hugh, and rightly so, he's incredible. But Silly for me has been so consistent over the past, I'd say, month, 2 months, just kind of during the Pro League. And before that, you know, he's a player which kind of goes under the radar, I feel, but he seems to be hitting that fine form that really can just elevate his squad to those kind of Championship Sunday performances, and we'll see how far he goes with, of course, MV. Currently sat 4-8, so not the best as of right now, but all tied up. Round number 9 here is United taking on Enviers again. So important, you know, to kick things off again on a Friday with a big win.
Tag 5 out now for Envy. We talk about the pressure Hugh has on his shoulders, but again, not just a superstar performance from him. You've seen Silly playing out of his mind. Apathy, another player who we've talked about, a lot of pressure goes on him in terms of not necessarily playing to his potential. Sitting at 10-6 right now. Picks up that first kill of the round, he's on your screen. Quick rotate now as the bomb may be circling back towards A after getting that initial trade. Clay is nearly there towards his Tempest. Snipes ringing out in the back end there.
Champs right now will certainly have a lot of pressure. We talk about that time and time again. You go into the next year and you're expected to have a similar one right now here, though. Battling the Fort Worth 4v4, currently at 4-4. Clayster looking for that angle. Can he find himself a little bit of time, and he sees one? That's going to be information. He's going to confirm that with his squad here as the time ticks down. JCap's going to fall as well, 4-3. And with that TAC 5 boost as well, they still have that advantage. The bomb should be going down shortly, but are they going to be able to stop it with 15 seconds here? Hugh's going to be out of position. He's going to find a BZ at the back, and now a 3v1 favouring Envious. And he united in a world of trouble. That being RC's. And yes, he's a beast. And yes, he can pull off 1v3s, but it's going to be difficult. He's going to find one. The trophy saves him from another. Bomb goes down, and that's two things just batted out of the sky there with that trophy. Still, TAC 5 boost intact here for Ace and Apathy. And it's Paddy P with a snipe to end that one.
Gets that one done. You know, call out Hook for some fine plays, fine positioning, but that's going to put him there on map point for Envy. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, as exciting as this matchup is, but a funny feeling. Alpha's ready to rock and roll as we go into our fourth match here. Again, first match we've seen from Pool A, Heretics versus Gen.G. Not the most exciting pool, not the most dicey pool compared to D. Sorry, D's the craziest we've seen so far in the event, and that's only going to get hotter and wilder as the event goes on. But still, A, plenty to play for us. We now roll into our next hard point, back into Seaside. Let's do this.
I tell you what, we've already seen 2 Game 5s in Pool C. We could be seeing another right here with Gen.G and Heretics. Morks, Havoc and Journey kicking things off strong. Envoy once again. I will say Envoy, he's performed in his first game for Gen.G. He hasn't been, you know, that player that, you know, has held them back, if you like, and with that roster change, sometimes you will see a big kind of swing in momentum for a squad, but overall, strong stuff for Gen.G.
Envoy keeping the run alive, trying to flush players out. Sufi finds one, Metals a second. Back and forth it goes. Heretics with a bit of time. Now the first half point, only 10 points. Separate the final scoreline, with Heretics taking the win in the end. Gen.G first game woes, what we've seen time and time again. They tend to turn things around, but as Study called out on the desk, usually lose the first, then win the next 3 straight. Heretics have managed to just, you know, put a bit of a speed bump onto that journey. Is that going to be the end of them for this series?
One thing I will say I've noticed a little difference is in these hard points, obviously we've only seen one just gone by. Obviously we've seen another control, but Major Maniac was always that player to kind of have those crazy moments. And with the addition of Envoy, it seems like a different kind of play style, but kind of not too different. So far so good. They led the majority of obviously map number 1 right now. They're down by 5. Test comes in. And Seaside, we have to talk about these rotations, Miles. It is crucial to hit these at the right time. Currently in the hands of Heretics. They have the hard point, but they also have the rotation. Metals is thinking one step ahead here as Lucky finds one. Nagafen bites back, but so far so good here for Heretics, and we are starting to see Gen.G try and rotate around the back here and get control.
Lovely 2-piece there from Methods, and again, we talk about rotations. Everyone knows exactly how to play hard point. But it's what you have, it's the possession you've got, it's the abilities you've got at that moment in time. It's if you have streaks, if the specialists are ready to go. All of that comes into play, and we'll be seeing some of that a little bit later on. 60 points to the good with Gen.G's 27, and here comes the push.
Yeah, Methods you saw playing a little bit slower. That's because he's on a 4-kill streak right now. Currently sat 6 and 2. He's going to find one. He should find a hard point capture as well. He's going to find the second. Not going to find himself the streaks though, and that's going to put him in a prime position.
And we know the chat's been asking for it, so ladies and gentlemen, let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Team Heretics.
Solo uno, vale, ya.
Panele, la gente, panele, George, uno, tiro
Llega arriba,
derecha, está cerca. Izquierda arriba, Jabo arriba. Por el Bacali. Jabo Bacali. Voy ya, Luke, voy ya. Interior casa, Luke. Ir por side. Sí.
Yo arco. Cuento uno.
Aguanta. Copy one.
Estamos llegando. Y no hacen arriba, no hacen lejos.
Go, ya.
Yo por atrás.
Voy a dentro. Pego stun. Hay más. Tiro,
pushale.
Son dos.
Un tiro, dos.
Vete para el fondo, Luke. Juega por vida.
Vale, voy yo a L. Vale, voy yo a L.
Aguanta, gente, aguanta. Hay uno en izquierda, hay uno en media, George. El envoy. La derecha, puerta, otro. Me puse arco. Hay que entrar. Termina antes. Dasar ya.
Son míos. Cualquier kill te hace P1.
Guacho Havoc, son dos. Izquierda, tocado.
Vale, muerto uno.
Todas las kills nacen, no, en
Te
nacen detrás, sí, te nacen detrás. One shot uno.
Un tiro Jabo en el punto, son dos.
Te apoyo detrás, su grillo.
No hacen muerto uno.
Son buenos puntos.
Entra.
There is a clear, distinct moment where we saw Gen.G start to get more points, and that was when we heard Heretics go quiet.
Most certainly did. Heretics, they take the lead a little earlier than map number 1 here, and this could be a start of something strong here, but with 15 seconds, we are going to see this rotation go down once more. Scrap time will go to Gen.G, and again, these hard points are so close between these two teams here. Two great respawn squads. Havoc investing that grapple, just trying to get a little bit of an angle. He's going to find medals there with that TAC 5 boost. Of course, that was invested during the listening. Journey's going to delete Havoc as well as Major Maniac falling as well. Heretics coming out on top of that one.
Heretics with the time, for the time being, 48 seconds left here on the first hard point. And I want to go back to how solid the wine barrels was. I mean, that could have been a perfect 60 coming out of Gen.G, and that's exactly what they needed to get themselves back into this one, but they're just not finding the same success here on the first hard point. Morks is in, full streaks now to his name. Major Maniac almost there towards that war machine. 30 seconds left. They can get the final few moments in this one if they can keep the pressure. Keep that presence there held in mid. And you see Journey coming in from behind. Morks is about to catch him just on the rotate. Is the time there? It is. Is he going to have to make the call out? No one should die to this play right now, as the timing is perfect there from Morks. Still getting the time. Is anyone positioned for the rotate though? Envoy finds 2.
Morks getting battered and bruised there for a second here. He will find himself alive and kicking here, courtesy of his teammates, but 120 plays 124, and it's going to be pretty much tied as we hit this rotation. But, and a big but here, Heretics have the control. They're pushing out of both sides here, trying to control barrels. That being number 8, that of course being Journey. But how can Gen.G break on in? Trade speed do go down, should I say, and that's going to favor Heretics for this one. 50 seconds still left here on the courtyard. Grab slam available.
The scoreline is so tight now. I mean, Heretics had such a dominant start to this one, and it just started to really fall off. We heard the Vamos, we heard some Arriba. And bang, Sucre finding 3, including a teammate. Pressure still mounting though, the push from Gen.G is not over just yet. Major Maniac somehow managed to get away with that one. Some beautiful cover fire from Nagafen, but Nagafen answering back with a bit of a team kill, still alive. Makes up for that slight blunder as the time still going the way of Gen.G. 20 seconds left here on the courtyard, and it's looking good. Gen.G get themselves back into this one.
I will say Heretics here, it looks like they've learned from the mistakes. They've rotated early onto the fountain half point. We see, of course, how many points you can get. I will say, when they didn't have that control, they actually did really well to contest. However, with streaks coming in, we are going to see Sucre probably hit the deck, but are there going to be any more? This is going to be punishing, but 1, make it 2, spawn at the back. They weren't far enough up, and when I say they, I'm referring to Gen.G, and that's going to be punishing. It's going to be hard to take here, but 2 pushing around the back. Major Maniac finding an important kill, and just like that, Heretics are actually going to lose this rotation with 45 seconds. This is huge from Gen.G.
Yeah, we saw Gen.G now spawning up back. Nagafen watching the front. Cheese or checkers, whatever you want to call it, on the right-hand side now covered. 1 player left up against Major Maniac. The clock ticking. Gen.G with control. Here comes the play from Heretics. Early peek is just going to get wiped out there. Streaks now to the name of Nagafen. Sucre making his way on the right-hand side as he's trying to just infiltrate this perfect hold now from Gen.G. There's nothing that Heretics have done to slow down this climb from Gen.G.
Yeah, beautiful last couple of seconds there for Major Maniac as well. 4-kill streak to Zen. We see still Nagafen on a 5-kill streak himself, working towards more. He's 35 away from that Hellstorm. Will he get it? We'll have to wait and see. But a grapple gun invested for Havoc. Try and find 1. He'll find it. Can he be rewarded with a second? Absolutely not. The beatdown comes in for Morks and Havoc, and they're going to hit that respawn. But now with 60 seconds left, Gen.G have a strong lead here. Is it going to be enough, though?
Well, if Gen.G can force the game 5, we know they're going to be very happy to be sitting pretty on top of that search and destroy game. But again, Heretics have shown their dominance. They've proved their worth now in the respawns. 45 seconds left on wine barrels. The last wine barrels went all the way towards Gen.G. They got their belly full. Naga's now trying to make the play forward. Can't find the hip fire, but he will find 1 in the back. Metal's charging forward, trying to keep the time. Here's the contest. Gen.G are on. Heretics have got to get him out, and they've got to get him out now. Morks finds 2. Envoy finds 1. Havoc still on point as Envoy. He maintains the pressure. Can Havoc keep hold? The contest is huge, and this is great from Heretics. This was not what we saw in the first sort of rotations, and Metals is in there now. Heretics are back on point, but 15 seconds left. As they make their way to the next rotation, the scoreline has not changed enough for the blood that Heretics lost there.
And I tell you what, if you're Gen.G, for me now, this lightning strike needs to come down. Morks needs to invest this for me to just kind of end this. We've got 1 in the hands of Nagafen. I mean, either one of you could invest this to close this one out. They are going to find themselves in the hard point as well. Havoc finds another double. He's been going off these last 60 to 90 seconds as well, and they've actually got control. I take my own ones back to the even. Need the lightning strike right now. Right now, they're just pushing them back further and further, trying to find the double. Journey takes down Sucre. Not what you want to see here is Gen.G are pushing them back. Lightning strike has been invested by Morks. They've still got 1 in the hands of Nagafen. But just like this, with only 15 seconds, this is all they need And my goodness, Gen.G, they could be pushing into a map 5 now.
Envoy's holding down the front, Nagafen's dropping even more lightning strikes down, and we're a matter of seconds away from a game 5 here, our first match of pool play A, and Mork's on point. Heretics in, 20 seconds left. Journey finds a lovely 2-piece. Envoy can't get it done on the outside of the map. The final 15 seconds here on this hard point will likely go the way of Heretics, but it is an almost impossible task for Gen.G.
Almost impossible. Almost impossible. We've seen it before, Miles. They need 3 points.
They just don't look as strong, and Nagafen's cutting them out from behind. Lucky and Metals, though, they hold the point. They keep the kills up. Gen.G just teetering away at the side. One set of kills is all it's going to take, and they can get on the point. There's a lovely 2 from Major Maniac, a lovely 3 from Major Maniac, but the point is still being held. Journey holds the line. Nagafen, can he get it done? Can he end the map and force the game 5? They're on the point, the clock's ticking. There's 1 more second, the contest is through. Gen.G, we're not over yet. Here comes the play from Major Maniac, and finally, we're going to a game 5.
I'm telling you right now, Major Maniac picks up that 3-piece. If he didn't, I could see that going to Fountain once again. Heretics are going to fall in map number 4, and we're going to a search and destroy where Gen.G are currently, since the start of the Pro League, they're 10-0. Like, they're undefeated. They're a team with the only record which is currently undefeated, and that is search and destroy. Incredible stuff here, but my goodness, this is tough for Heretics.
It's the very best thing you could possibly ask for as a Gen.G fan as we go into Game 5, our first full play game of Pool A. Heretics versus Gen.G. Up next, Search and Destroy. Will it be a Vamos or a Gen.G finish? It's our first Game 5 here on the main stage at CWL Fort Worth, and if stats have got anything to say, it may be a quick one. My name is Miles, joining me is Momo. We have our first pool play matchup from Group A. It is going to be Heretics going up against Gen.G, and this is the final map of the series. It's going to be a search and destroy, and boy howdy, has this been a fun series.
Oh, it certainly has. I mean, first map was 10 points. Gen.G led there, and Heretics stole that one away from them at the end. However, map 2, it was convincing as always with Search and Destroy and Gen.G. Seaside control, you could say, arguably, yes, that was pretty dominant from Heretics, but that hard point there was back and forth. Hacienda, Search and Destroy, though. One thing I will say is we've seen Hacienda and we've seen Heretics. This mix, it mixes well, but Gen.G and Search and Destroy, you can't doubt that their current form for the past weeks, months have been phenomenal. They currently sit 10-0 since the start, obviously, of the Pro League. Incredible. And even going back to Vegas, their Search and Destroy, yes, it was good, but it wasn't great. Sitting 5-4. Gen.G, they've got to be the favorite.
They have to be the favorite. But again, we talked enough about this team change. We saw Spacely leaving the squad. We saw Envoy coming in. You may have that perfect record, but you don't have that perfect record with the current 5 you have. Now, all things considered, they're still looking great. Gen.G is currently sitting at 10-0. I mean, that is absolutely nothing. The interesting stat at the end of that one is they're 2-0 in Game 5. So when it comes to Game 5, Gen.G, they don't let that pressure get to them. They close these series out. Can they do that here against the mighty Heretics? Enough can be said about Heretics and the stunning form that they have had, but they've been on a somewhat of a slump since that second week of Division B Pro League. And either way, boys and girls, let's let the game do the talking now as we go into Game 5.
Interesting there, it said they're only 2-0 in Game 5s. Majority of the Search and Destroy wins, of course, coming in that first one. They close it out, usually 3-1. However, a couple 3-2s in the Pro League were against Luminosity and Optic Gaming, of course. That 5v5, though, soon a 4v4, as Sukri already opening up the bank account with 1, as is Morks. Sukri finds another. That's going to be 2 back-to-back for him.
We've seen Havoc. His Search and Destroy play at times has been sublime, second to none. That positioning has been unparalleled, and again, the gun skill from both teams is way up there. Currently a 3v2, Gen.G bleeding out. Morks last player left alive, Sukri watching the outside of the map. Morks running that ×2. He's playing a blackout wager over here with that recon scope. We like to see it. And the ICR gives him a little bit more, a little bit more ease at range. 25 seconds left on the clock, and I don't think he's willing to go for the drown, or will he? I think he will be sleeping with the fishes there on the outskirts of the map. That's going to be that. Gen.G are going to concede the first round. Morks sitting actually, I'm not sure if he's going to go out here. 15 seconds left. Yeah, he's done. He's actually sitting at 2-0, so I'm surprised he's fully gone for it there by drowning himself out.
I think it's the wise thing to do. It's frustrating, yes, you're 2-0 and you're walking towards streets. Still far away from streets. You don't want to give them, obviously, that explosion of the bomb site itself. And Sukri did find himself a double as well, so for his knowledge, you never know if he's the one who's planted it. He gets that momentum. He gets those streaks as well. So wise decision, take yourself out of the equation, give them the round, and then just try and bounce back again. It's only the first round, but I will say, Hacienda and Heretics, they're Search and Destroy, I've seen some special things, and some of the pros tweeting, like, why would you play them on this map? And if there's a map to do it, to end the streak of Gen.G, this is it.
In the second round we go. Gen.G on offense, Nagafen with bomb in hand. Surging forward, thermal scope out for Morks. Going to be hitting the water side. No one there at the moment. The players are up top. That's one thing they have to take consider of now. And Sukri, he's been spotted. He's been sniffed out. If he peeks again, he's going to find a couple of shots to his name. Maniac's backing him up. Lovely work there from down low. Now they know the presence is making their way towards B, but number 6 on the mini-map. He's going to be another player to look out for. That's going to be Havoc. Catching these players on the rotate, catching these players in the office, finding himself 1, and now it's a 4v2.
Going to be a 4v1 for a brief second there. 3v1 and cleaned up by Major Maniac. A very, very well-rounded play there from Gen.G as they get around on the board. And that's that confidence that you need. You don't want to, no matter how good you are in Search and Destroy, you don't want to go down, 1-0, 2-0, and then start to feel that pressure, especially in a Game 5 with such importance.
Get that play from Havoc. Hit the flank at the right time. Teammates there in a position to get the final trade after getting the bomb down on the outside. Gen.G continuing that Search and Destroy prowess. This Major Maniac on your screen. A vicious player. Seemingly out of nowhere now finds himself in the Pro League. He and his team doing wonderful work either way. Third round. Nagafen yet to find anything. Sitting at 0-2, Envoy 1-1. Major Maniac at 2-1. Maybe able to find some more out of this, so an up close and personal with Metals as he takes care of that, opening the account 4 versus 5 right now with Heretics at the
60 seconds left on the clock. As now the push goes in. Look at that minimap. He's going to be guarded. Can he find one? One would have been great for Nagafen then. Doesn't happen. It goes down to a 4v4, and Journey's going to get a trophy system thrown at him, but might have to go and pick that back up. And I think he wanted that to go a little further near the bomb site, but maybe it doesn't even matter here. Havoc, shoulder peeking, jiggle peeking. Oh my goodness, I think he's got to pull it through the door there, and the bait and switch is perfect as Major Maniac makes that a 4v3.
Close though. Lucky if he had any sort of idea that he was around the corner, he might have been able to make that work. Envoy trades out quickly, 2v3 right now. Gen.G shots her out. Major Maniac, 2 HP, so close to the death. And he makes his way over the top and manages to find methods. That's huge. The bomb's going to get the defuse now, and that's going to go, ooh, maybe not towards Major Maniac. It was 150. I like it. Now it's 150. Great awareness. Again, that was Astros on his head telling him all kinds of good things. Game sound is incredibly important. And that defuse is going to do wonders for him. 50 points away now from streaks. Great heads-up play there from Major Maniac.
Game 5 here, we've seen so many already. I think in Pool C, both Game 5s go to, I think it's Splice and Luminosity if you missed that one, but gonna get another victor here, and Methods unfortunately didn't find Major Maniac as he slid on by, jumping over that fence with the dexterity, so fast, so aggressive.
Also getting that health regen so quick. I mean, that's Black Ops 4 in a nutshell. You need to get these kills. You have to close out those players, because if you don't, they're back into it within, what, 1.5 seconds. We'll stay on board with Major Maniac because we watch his journey towards streaks. And it's a big hit towards A. It's 4-on-4. It's going down here at the fences. Major Maniac just needs a little bit of help and assist. Can't find anything yet. He's dry. He managed to get it. He was 25 away from the Hellstorm, but nonetheless, in a 2v3 situation right now, Gen.G can still sit quite happily here with that lightning strike to go for the next round.
That's the important thing. Yes, they've just given the lightning strike away. They will be aware of this, but the important thing now is win this round. You know, tie this up. Losing a round like this in a 2v3 would have been a nightmare, but it is down to just one. It's Envoy himself. He's got the old sword in hand, maybe looking just to take one to the grave, and not going to happen, as Lucky's going to be granted the wish of that round here and give him the kill to end things out here, but 2-2. And I can see, I mean, I think this is how, you know, map number 2 kind of started out, and this is where Gen.G kind of started to pull away. But I remember it starting pretty close. Of course, it ended 6-2. So if map 2 to go by, Gen.G still a lot of firepower, of course, in that lightning strike.
One thing we talk about with Heretics as a team is the way they play. You're always watching one another. The cover is so fantastic of each individual player, whatever situation they're in, whatever push they're making, they're always watching each other's backs. The trades are so efficient. In a 1v3 situation like that, you don't expect anything but a win from Heretics. Possible. That pre-land has somewhat changed the performance. Mork's finding methods right there through the wall.
I don't know if you saw it as well. Nugfen actually jumped on the fence, jumped up, spotted him, called it out. Mork's flanked back, got the kill. It's a perfect play for Gen.G. 1, 2, and 3 go down. Journey answers back, actually with the double. Credit to him, but Major Maniac and the boys are going to close that round out. And it all started from the information Nagafen got. And that's a round without the lightning strike, without the streaks, without any specialists. Another round goes to Gen.G. And this is actually the start of Mork's kind of spree here. See that fence there just by the round side. Nagafen with the information. And a convincing round once again for Gen.G.
Making it look very, very easy. All part of the plan. There's Morks. On your screens, he drove those ICR rounds right through the wall, right through the fence. Help him get another round down. Now again, Heretics such an aggressive team. You know, it's very, very easy for these players to try to force the mistake, and that is a clear and easy spot. You saw that player hit the water, but possibly he's running cold-blooded, so we might not be able to see what's actually happening on the other side. Methods, as they make their way forward. Cold-blooded indeed for Major Maniac. He's going to get real close, but he just managed to create enough of a silhouette there to be spotted by Methods. Morks has had to back up. The play towards the waters had to stop. 1 minute left on the clock. Now they have to readjust, and they're going to make their way towards A. You can see that far spread, though, from everyone on Heretics. Methods is still opting to stay in the water, and they're still staying on that bomb site by B.
I mean, we've seen some strong stuff at B from Gen.G. They've got those players that can just be electric up close and personal. Lucky's going to find one. A perfect round so far for Heretics. I doubt it'll end that way, though. Players may fall. Envoy, Nagafen, and Mork still alive. 35 seconds left on the clock. Metal's going to have that TAC 5 boost advantage, though, and Nagafen's going to go down. And with an investment like the TAC 5 boost, you should be closing out a round. And I think it's clever, again, that Gen.G haven't invested anything into this round, but we are going to see one kill in favor of Envoy. But it's a Heretics round.
Whew, almost losing the water bottle there. That'd have been terrible. Envoy. Finding something here, but again, I want to give this one to Methods. Watching the outside of the map, watching the water side, perfectly. That cold-blooded battle down by the water, we've seen enough of that. That's evolved throughout the Pro League. And in the end, it was Methods coming up on top. And again, that position down by Boathouse. Perfect spot to watch the bomb site from as well. So finding that one kill, not conceding that position, sticking to his post, ties this one up 3-3 as we go into the 7th round. Snipes are out for Lucky. Luck will have absolutely nothing to do with it. We've seen this player hit big shots.
I will say, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting to see Lucky pull out the sniper because we know what he can do, and Havoc's going to go down, but he is going to find one before he falls as well. Now down to a 4v4, and Metals, he's just on the border, if you like. We saw his teammate Lucky looking with the sniper, and he saw the back of a player, but 2 players, that being Morgs and Nagafen, are going to back off from the A site. Ooh. Lucky misses one, tries to go for the wall bang.
He's running FMJ, he may as well. Sukri, just keeping that presence towards the site. Keeping that presence towards B. Metals is in. This has just paid off. Oh, not quite. He doesn't get the kill. And again, you have to close those kills out. Envoy comes in and saves the day. Now, Lucky can't get the pinch. He's not there in time. Pistol out. The Strife is not the weapon he wants in that situation. And this has fallen to pieces for Heretics quickly. Sukri's on his own. 1v4. 1v3. 3v9.
Oh, unfortunately there for Sukri. He's going to find himself in a world of trouble. But a couple of 1v1s won. Again, Envoy kind of saving the bacon, if you like, down low. Nagafen picking up a big kill. This second kill, I'm actually interested to see how this second kill goes down. That's an easy one in the back, but this one was one maybe he should have lost, but Methods maybe shows a little bit too much of himself there up top. Another round to Gen.G here as they retake that lead. It's going to be closer than a map 2. We already know that. That ended 6-2.
8th round we go. 9-3 currently for Major Maniac. On the other side of the board, no one on Heretics looking too strong, too dominant. 4-6 for Journey, 5-5 Sukri. 6-5 is the biggest ratio we've got, and that's Methods. Fast spread on the defense now for Heretics, the way they like to play this one. Lucky making his way forward, the bomb's already down at B. So here comes the push, here comes the play. 2 players through mid, War Machine out for Major Maniac. Is anyone wearing flak jacket? You gotta be dressed for the occasion. The nades are through, there it is. Envoy's gonna get Metals as he tries to get the defuse. 30 seconds now left on the clock. Envoy watching the inside of the map. Almost the perfect hold. Havoc with a quick trade though, now it's a 2v4.
Yeah, 2v4 comes in and they've actually got a couple of streaks to play with, make it 1, but they don't need to. It's all guns blazing here for Gen.G as they take another round convincingly, and this is what we saw last time. It was close to start with, they start to read and adapt to the plays, obviously, of their opposition, start to put them to bed. The question is now, they're gonna be on the defense. They have the Lightning Strike to play with. They've got the Specialist as well. I wanna have a quick Specialist check as we get into the next round, Miles, and just see what we're playing with here. Of course, we know that Lightning Strike is in the hands of Gen.G. Methods with the Tempest. And on the flip side, I think the TAC-5's just been used, but nothing else has been acquired yet. Nagafen's close to that Tempest, but again, this is a round where Gen.G, they could end it here.
Such a difference in the way that Gen.G and Heretics play the defensive rounds. I mean, look at this is a defensive play now from Gen.G, and they overshoot the bomb site, they get themselves right in the middle of the map, and they make the plays happen for themselves. They don't let Heretics get set up, they don't let them get the bombs down. They try to get that first blood before anything can go down, and Havoc is already in position to make these kills happen. Clock's ticking, they're waiting for the mistakes now. Mork's on the outside of the map, watching the back of A. He might have just seen Methods. Oh, Methods has managed to get with the Tempest. Is he going to be able to close the kill? He's not. Here comes the reinforcements. 4v4.
They don't want to play the garage, and we're going to see Morgs find one as well, and that's going to go down to a 4v2 favoring Gen.G. Journey finds one, and it's all up to Lucky. And my goodness, it's going to be a battle here, but there's only one winner on Search and Destroy, and that is Gen.G. It was 9-0 to start the day, but they finish 11-0 after taking Heretics here to a Game 5. And Gen.G once again prevail in the Search and Destroy. Incredible performance.
11-0 in the Search and Destroy. They're now 3-0 in Game 5 since the start of the Pro League. Someone's got to start to take something off them. Take the Search. Take a round 5. Either way, there we have it. First match of pool play A is done and dusted. It was a Game 5, and look, there's a few things here that we saw kind of coming. We saw the Search and Destroy coming. What I didn't see coming was Heretics looking a little deflated compared to what we've seen out of them in the Pro League.
Yeah, and for me, again, Gen.G losing that map 1, we've seen that time and time again, but they were pushed to that final map, obviously the 5th map, and that's only happened twice, and they've won it twice. Credit to them, they've won it again here, they've prevailed in that search and destroy, but for me, I saw a lot from Heretics to take away in a positive light. Gen.G, a super tough opponent, and again, you know, I know the whole Spanish community is back home cheering these guys on. I think these guys can go the distance. Heretics, incredible performance, and that control was great, but just not enough.
No, well, either way, that's all from us here on the Casters Desk. Meanwhile, on the stage, we've got Jess with our PlayStation Instant Reaction with Havoc.
Thank you, Miles. What is it like being here at Fort Worth for you guys?
It feels great. We just picked up Dylan like a week ago, and we're looking really good in respawn, but once we get through the first lane jitters with him, we'll be unstoppable.
Since the roster changes, how have things been? How was the adjustment period?
We're in like a honeymoon stage right now. Like, we're just doing really good in scrims, the vibes are flowing, and we're just all getting along and doing really good.
All right, and finally, you guys are so strong on S&D. What makes you so strong on that game mode?
We just work together a lot, and we throw a lot of shoulders, and we just play our lives really hard and then retake as a team.
All right, fair enough. Well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.